to do a quick update on the office project. This is the room over the garage, and now that I'm working trying to get our company going full time, I need a place to work. Downstairs isn't all that great, so got a decent view out the backyard of the trees and a little bit there in the backyard and the kids' play set. There is a neighborhood starting to go in near us, but for the most part I can ignore that. But this room was never finished. The only reason the roof is sheetrocked is when we were building the house, the guys doing the sheetrock, well, there's a little bit of a miscommunication. I wanted them to do 2 eyebrow dormers out on the front of the house, and they thought I wanted the whole ceiling done. So I've been kind of having to work around that, pulling some wires, but now everything's in. I've got power all down this wall. I've got network pulled all down this wall. There's power on the opposite wall. I haven't worried about putting networking over here because my plans are the only stuff that'll be on this wall be more bookshelves, maybe a couch, stuff I'd be using wireless for anyway. It's this whole side of the room, which is the driveway side of the house, is going to be workbenches all the way down this wall with a desk at the end. And that's the reason why I made sure I had hard points to put wired in internet. And like most unused upstairs rooms, there's an exercise bike that, let's just say it's leaving because it never gets used. But I have actually got all the wires pulled. I've roughed in the wiring in the ceiling the best I can. The lights won't be here till next week, so I can put the LED panel lights up. But right now, I'm just about ready to start hanging sheetrock. So I'm playing the what else might I need to put in this wall game before I start putting sheetrock up. And the one thing that keeps coming to mind is if I plan on putting workbenches and using this as a lab, especially since I already have a laser cutter downstairs I want to get working. And one day I'd like to get a 3D printer. And most likely that will be probably a filament deposition process, which tends to be rather fumey. Kind of dawns on me that we may need some fume extraction up here. So I think I'm going to run to the hardware store and see what I can find in a combination of exhaust fan and dust collection, where I can cheaply run me, I don't know, maybe a 4-inch vent pipe along the back side of this wall and just put me 2 or 3 stations with gate valves I can shut off. And it's going to be a lot more work than I wanted to do, but I'm thinking if I'm going to do it, now's the time to punch a hole through the end of the house right there. This is the back of the house, so it won't be visible, and put me a vent with a blower and a switch so that we have a way to exhaust fumes from up here. Even when I'm soldering, it might be nice to have a way to vent those fumes and not have to breathe them. So here's the upstairs room, right across from the door out there, just past the lights. They're hard to see past the door that goes downstairs. This is where we are right now. It's getting close to being ready to do something that's going to make it look like a real room. Another thing, go ahead and show you, although probably not going to do it right now, but I made a bit of an interesting discovery while I was up here working. I didn't realize that there is actually hot and cold water right there in the floor already. And not only that, there's a vent, which means there's a drain. So I could tee into that and put a sink up here a whole lot easier than I thought. I'm not going to do that now because I'm trying to get this done cheaply, but right underneath that step, which means there'd be an easy point to pull the flooring back, there may be a way to put a utility sink in that corner. I also think I figured out the easiest way to cover up the gas pipe. I was going to try to frame around it and sheetrock over it, but I think it's going to be a lot more straightforward. I'm just going to take some plywood so I can paint it up nice and put bookshelves there. First shelf will be just above the top level of the pipes. I'll just box in the bottom and then put shelves up the rest of the way. I'm going to need bookshelves in here anyway, and that gives me a nice, clean, easy place to put them that also serves the purpose of hiding the gas pipe. So I think that'll work out fairly well. So I really am, the view from the other end, just about ready to hang the last bits of sheetrock on the side walls and the end wall. Here's the ventilation system that I put in. So it uses a feed through the wall to a 6-inch outside vent. Piece of flexible pipe, the precariously but actually rather well suspended. I did that for noise dampening. I didn't want it to vibrate the wall or anything. So I've suspended the blower, which is there in the center. I then reduced down to a 4-inch pipe for the rest of it. My goal here was whatever suction I can create on the back end, I want to make sure it's able to freely force it out the other side. There's multiple inlets right now. I've got 2 of them capped. Most likely I'll only ever use one at a time anyway, but it's not a ton of flow. Obviously restricting it down to a 4-inch pipe cuts down on the airflow a good bit, but my thought here was if I have anything that really requires it, like a fume hood or even the laser cutter, it has a separate blower already on it, so it'll be getting boosted on its way in, and really the fan's just there for quite frankly some arms for soldering, which doesn't require a ton of airflow. In fact, too much airflow cools down your work. So anyway, that's the exhaust system installed. So at the bottom, power feed will be coming in here, power to the fan comes out there, and then it just gets switched on the wall here so I can turn it on and off.
Okay, it's the last cut, finishing up the upstairs. Already made several